Srimati Ramanujanama, Alvaram Perumanar Jeeva Thiruvileshanam. Welcome back to another Thiruppavai. Today we are going to see Kudaarai vellum pasuram. In this pasuram, Gopika Goshti or the Goda Goshti is explaining what they will receive from Perumal after completing the Vratam successfully. So let's see the pasuram. கூடாரை வெல்லும் சீர் கோவிந்தா உந்தன்னை பாடிப்பறை கொண்டு யாம் பெரும் சம்மானம் நாடு புகழும் பரிசினால் நன்றாக சுடகமே தோல்வளையே தோடே செவிப்பூவே பாடகமே என்னனைய பல்கலமும் யாமடியோம் ஆடியெடுப்போம் அதன் பின்னே பால் சோறு முடனை பெய்து முரங்கை வழிவார கூடியிருந்து குளிர்ந்தேலோர் எம்பாவாய். Let's see the Pratipadartham. Kudaarai vellum seer Govinda. Perumal, who destroys his enemies, who wins over his enemies, and at the same time he loses himself to his loved ones. So, Kudaarai vellum seer Govinda, and he does that with the help of his Kalyanagudams, which he is having. Govinda, the Perumal, who has done Go Paripalanam just like us in being born in our kulam. Undannai Padi, by doing your Nama Sankirtanam, Parai Kondu, we'll get the Parai Vadyam or the drum kettle drum which we want, and by getting that, what will we do? We'll get Perunjammanam, we'll get a great Sanmanam, Nadubulam Parishinal Nandaga, and this won't be a secretive thing. Just like usually when in Ekantham, when Nayaga and Nayaki meets each other, they exchange certain gifts. It's not such way. This will be a great gift which is very open to all. Chudagame, the first thing which we'll get is Chudagam, or the bangles which they adorn in their hands. Usually the hands are the first to reach out to anyone who wants to do a hug, right? Who wants the Alingan of Perumal, who wants to hug Perumal, the first thing they have to reach out with his hands. So, Avaranams to it, the ornaments to it, will wear that. Sudagame, Tolvalaye, the Puja Kirti, or which we call the ornaments to the shoulders which they wear. Usually, when Perumal does that Alingram or Perumal hugs the Gopika, the other thing which will be very bogyam, or the one which will be highlighting to Perumal, will be the shoulders. So the albarnams for the shoulders are being mentioned over here. Tode, the abarnams to the ears, the earrings which we call. So the question arises over here whether till now the Gopikas weren't wearing any earrings or what. Usually in Indian household we get ear piercing done very early in life, right? So they might have already been wearing that earrings because that's an inseparable part, right? So the Gopikas are answering such a way that the things which are not being adorned by him, which Perumal doesn't adorn to us, those things are valueless. Already we may be wearing the earrings, but that will be useless. Tode, Sevipuve, the ear tops which we wear on the top of the ear. So usually it's called Vatansam. So this Avaranam usually doesn't interrupt in the Alingam, that doesn't cause any trouble during the hug. But usually it will be very beautiful to see once the hug is getting completing, or while the Perumal is hugging the Gopika. Padagam, so the avaranams for the feet which they want. Usually once this Alingam and all of this fails from Perumal side, the next thing the Perumal has to do towards Gopika is to hold their feet, right? So for that, Padagame Yendraneya Palgalanam. And we have just mentioned such a few avaranas from the many list which we want. So these are just a few things. Yamanivom, that will be wearing. Usually until now Gopikas were in Vishlesham. they were in separation from Perumal. So they didn't wear any avaranam, they didn't even put collyrium to their eyes, they didn't wear any flowers to their head. But now they are asking for such great gifts because now they have been one with Krishna. So, Yamanivom, Aada Yadupom will wear clothes. Till now, weren't they wearing any clothes? The answer is they were wearing, but they want Perumal Sambandha Vastram. That is the Uttarayam of Perumal. The Vastram which is close to Perumal's ceremony. And the other thing which may be thought over here is that the Vastram which they'll get after completing the Vratam, which they have intended to do. And just like Periyalvar told in his Thiruppavai, Uduthu Kalaindanin Peedaga Adai Uduthu will wear the Peedagambaram or the yellow dress which Perumal himself adorns, and he'll give us very gratefully or very elegantly, which he gives as a form of Maryada. Adan pinne, and after that we will eat annam, pal soru, we'll eat the rice which is mixed with milk. So, adan pinne pal soru, moodanai pedu murangai varivara. Moodanai, so the ghee which is floating on the rice will be flowing murangai varivara till the tip of forearm. So, the food which they are intending to tell, they didn't mention that they'll be eating that food. So they'll hold the food in their hand and they'll eat with Krishna. So the eating over here is not direct eating. It's just anubhavam of eating with Perumal. Conversation between Parasara Bhatta Swami and Thiruppavai Dasan. There is a Bhagavata who was they're having a conversation. So while listening to this pasuram, the Swami Bhagavata has asked Bhatta Swami that in Krishna Sannidhi or in the presence of Krishna, will they not be able to eat the ghee and butter? So Bhatta Swami answers very beautifully that, see, the food itself is not being eaten over here. Leave alone the ghee and all the milk which will be flowing out. The rice itself, they are holding it up. They are seeing Perumal, they are seeing Krishna, they are enjoying Krishna, and in the meanwhile the rice itself is falling down. They are not even able to eat that rice, leave alone ghee and milk which is floating. Kudi irundu kulirundu, we'll all get together and we'll be happy with each other. Just like in Srirangam, there is a Periya Tirunal and the Sarjanotsam, all people will be going in Goshtis and Perumal will be enjoying all of them, and each other Bhagavata will be telling Ahamannam, Mahamannam, Mahamannam. So I'll be food to you. Each and every Bhagavata is bogyam to each other. So such a way, Kudi irundu kulirundu Embavai is being mentioned in this pasuram. Telling this will end this pasuram. Alvar Embermanar Ji Thiruvaleshanam Srivadera Mejamata Munindraya Mahatmane Sriranga Vasne Buyat Nitya Shri Nityamangalam.